Tell me about what space you're in currently. How is it feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling optimistic?
I'm in love.
Oh my gosh.
So let's just say.
You're really in love?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wait.
But,
oh my God.
but that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I am keeping this to my heart.
Close to the heart.
But I'm very grateful.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're in a really good space.
I am.
Your voice changing everything.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Tia Mowry got photographed kissing a 35-year-old art teacher in the middle of Studio City on April 10. And y'all are not ready for what came out about him in the next 48 hours. Because the age gap alone, she's 47, he's 35, that's 12 years that was already enough to send Black Twitter into cardiac arrest. But then the internet started digging. And what they found out about Javon'e Armada, yeah, we're getting to that. Just sit tight, because once you find out what this man does for a living, and more importantly, what he already has at home, the cougar jokes are gonna feel like the least crazy part of this whole situation. Meanwhile, Cory Hardrict, Tia's ex-husband of 14 years, the man she literally lost her virginity to, has gone completely radio silent, and his silence might be the loudest thing in this whole story. Let's rewind, because you can't process where Tia is right now without remembering where she just came from. Tia and Cory got married in 2008. They were together for 14 years. They share 2 kids, Cree, who's 14, and Cairo, who's 7. And when Tia filed for divorce in 2022 and finalized it in April 2023, the internet kind of collectively gasped because they were one of those Black Hollywood couples nobody saw cracking.
When I heard this news, I literally flashed back to this interview. So the interview where Cory wouldn't, it's not like he wouldn't let Tia speak, but basically what happened is they're doing this interview for Black Love, which is a docuseries that comes on OWN, and Cory's talking and Tia interrupts. And the way Cory got her together and snapped at her was a little chilling. It was like, ooh. It was almost like you can tell that Cory has experienced interruptions a lot from Tia, and that day he was like, I'm not having it.
And then Tia sat down on her WeTV show Tia Mowry, My Next Act, back in October 2024, and dropped the kind of bomb that didn't even make sense at first. She told the world, and I'm quoting because this was on her actual show, on screen, scripted content, I met Cory when I turned 20, and I lost my virginity at 25. There, I said it, and then we got married.
You know, I've never dated.
That's right.
I've never dated. Cory was my first.
Right. Yes.
Everything.
I know.
So I wasn't even allowed to date until I was 18 years old. I met Cory when I turned 20, and I lost my virginity at 25. There, was that it? And then we got married. Boom!
Cory was her first everything, her only everything for over 2 decades.
Do you remember your first love as a kid?
Yeah. Wow. Yes, I do. I was engaged and like teenager.
As a teenager?
Yeah, I bought an engagement ring and everything.
In Chicago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I was with someone for like 6 years. I thought that was the one.
Wow.
And then she came out to LA, and then she saw me living in the hood, and I had like a long banana boat type of car.
Well, you had a car.
Listen,
Nice.
That car, and she was like, get me out of here. You come back to Chicago, well, I'm leaving. So, yeah, that didn't work.
She also revealed it took her 5 years of therapy to build up the courage to file for divorce.
My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity.
5 years of therapy just to leave. And that context matters because everybody online right now is treating this Javon'e situation like Tia is just some random 47-year-old going through a phase. She's not. She's a woman who spent her entire adult life with one man, took half a decade in therapy to walk away.
I do have a feeling and a sense of freedom following my divorce, mainly because I had been struggling for a minute about what is it that I felt was best for me. Thanks to intuition and trust in self, I was able to move through that and feel a sense of freedom.
And has now publicly declared to the Shade Room in March 2026, on camera with Nathan lately, I'm in love. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm keeping this close to my heart. She also told People magazine on March 25 of this year, I manifested this. I really did.
Finish the sentence. I deserve.
I was going to say love. I deserve love. And I've been saying that. I think that's why it was so instinctual for me. Because I've been saying that to myself. Like, every time I meditate, every time I visualize myself, I deserve love.
So this isn't a fling era. This isn't a rebound. This is Tia Mowry telling the entire freaking world she found her person. The problem is, the person she's found has the internet asking some very specific questions. Here's what we know about Javon'e Armada, and I want you to track every single detail because the contrast with Tia's life is what's making everybody lose it. His legal name is Javone Williams. The Javon'e Armada thing is his artist name. He's 35 years old, originally from East Cleveland, Ohio, lives in the NoHo Arts District of LA now, and he's an elementary science lab teacher at a private school called Campbell Hall in Studio City. Yes, elementary school. Yes, Studio City, the same neighborhood where the paparazzi caught them kissing on April 10. He also founded a creative studio called Dolly Boy Creative Studios and started a youth visual arts residency at Campbell Hall. He's got a master's degree in fashion, design, and luxury management from France. He was featured in something called the Collective Memory Installation through the LA County Department of Arts and Culture. Genuinely accomplished man. This isn't some clout-chasing nobody. This is a credentialed artist and educator with a TikTok at Mr. Javone, where he posts his work. Now here's the detail that flipped the whole conversation. According to The Sun and visible on his own TikTok, Javon'e is a father of 2 young children. He has kids from a previous relationship. And nobody, and I mean nobody, was talking about this for like the first 24 hours. And then somebody pulled up his TikTok and the comments turned into a different sport entirely. Because Tia Mowry, who literally just got out of a 14-year marriage where she raised 2 kids of her own, is now potentially walking straight into instant stepmom duty for somebody else's 2 kids. Are y'all hearing me? She manifested this? Like this is what she manifested? Okay, so the comment sections. The comment sections have been working overtime. Atlanta Black Star and Threads have been screenshotting some of the most viral takes, and the framing has been wild. One of the cleaner ones was, and I'm quoting how the article phrased it, that Tia is officially in her cougar era, proving that a divorce and a younger man are all it takes to make the internet lose its collective mind. Atlanta Black Star also put it like this, that Tia debuted a younger man and instantly turned the comment section into a high-stakes debate over whether she's dating or babysitting. Babysitting, not dating. That's the take getting the most traction right now. People are calling Javon'e her young boo, her boy toy, whatever flavor of she's dating somebody too young you want to use. And the whole framing is built on the fact that he honestly looks even younger than 35 inches his TikTok content. Like he could pass for late 20 seconds easy. But here's where I have to be fair, because the reaction is genuinely split. A lot of people are praising Tia. There's this whole other camp under her IG posts going, we see a girl and she's aging backwards, and stacking her up next to other women in the so-called Cougar Club share with Alexander Edwards, Madonna with Akeem Morris, who's 29, Drea Michelle with Jalen Green.
It's literally so cute. I'm so happy for her. Because whatever he is doing, he has her glowing, okay? Literally out here looking amazing. And I'm not even going to attribute that to him. I know she's been doing a lot of inner shadow work and working on herself, and it's showing. It's literally beginning to show. She is in her 40s and probably at her prime.
And the double standard people are showing up too, and honestly, they have a point. When men in Hollywood date women 20 years younger, nobody bats an eye. Leonardo DiCaprio could date a college sophomore and people go, classic Leo. Tia goes on one date with a 35-year-old grown man with a master's degree, and suddenly the entire internet wants to do a TED Talk about appropriate dating ages. That part is true. That part is fair. What's not fair though, and what's getting lost in all of this, is what this whole circus must be doing to Cory Hardrict. Because Cory has not said a single word. Not a tweet, not an Instagram story, not a quote to a blog, nothing. And that's the part that's eating at people, because Cory has been having his own moment. In 2025, rumors started swirling that Cory was dating a young blonde white woman, and he came on Instagram and shut it down hard. He said, per Atlanta Black Star, "The devil is a liar." 2 years before that, in a 2023 IG Live picked up by Hot 97, he had told everybody, "Nah, I don't got no girlfriend. Got my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids."
I've never been that way. Even being in a situation married, I still never, I always protected my kids And, you know, I protected her as well, because I feel like that's a man's duty, you know, whether you're together or not, is to always protect her, even though, no matter what's going on. I just don't, I don't fall into the pressure. Like, you can't pressure me into putting no one down and saying, this is what happened, or they did me like, never that.
That was his energy after the divorce, just his kids. Then in February 2026, Cory shows up online with a whole glow up, got his teeth done, looking refreshed, looking healthy, looking like a man about to step back into the dating game. And Atlanta Black Star captured the comments, people running to Tia's page typing, @Tia Mowry, come look at this, come get your husband. There was this whole vibe online that maybe, just maybe, Cory was glowing up for Tia. Like maybe a reconciliation was sitting on the table. And remember earlier this year when Tia posted those mystery feet in the sand pics in February? Half the internet thought those were Cory's feet. They were rooting for it. They wanted that reunion. But surprise, sis, those weren't Cory's feet. Those were Javon'e's. And while Cory was getting his veneers redone and probably thinking he had a real shot at getting his family back, Tia was already manifesting somebody else. Imagine being Cory right now. Imagine seeing your ex-wife, the mother of your 2 children, the woman you were married to for 14 years, kissing a 35-year-old elementary school art teacher in broad daylight in your same city. And the only response he's allowed to give publicly is silence. Because what's he gonna say? I'm fine? Nobody would believe him. I'm not fine? Now he's the bitter ex. So he says nothing. And honestly, that might be the smartest move he's ever made. But is Cory regretting that devil is a liar denial right about now? Is he wishing he had run with that white woman rumor instead of swatting it down? We don't know. He's not telling. The most telling thing Cory has done in this whole saga is absolutely nothing. Now I want to flag something carefully, because I'm not in the business of dragging somebody based on rumors. There's a YouTube channel run by O'Shea Duke Jackson that ran a video about 2 weeks ago titled, Tia Mowry's boyfriend's past is hard to stomach, implying that Javon'e has skeletons. I have to tell you, that hasn't been confirmed by mainstream outlets. So another channel is claiming his past has people concerned, but nothing has been verified publicly. And separately, the Shade Room dropped an Instagram reel that referenced Javon'e's ex in the chat, suggesting some ex-girlfriend drama is brewing in the background, but again, that's speculation. I'm not running with it as fact. I'm telling you it's out there because if it ends up being something, you heard it here first. If it ends up being nothing, then it's nothing. What's not speculation is the way the timeline of all of this lined up. Tia teased the mystery man with that beach photo in February, dropped the white sneakers post in March, captioned, stopping to smell the roses, did the Shade Room I'm in Love interview on March 12, told people she manifested it on March 25, and then on April 10, the kissing photos with Javon'e from Backgrid hit every single blog at the same time. Y'all, she had been telegraphing this for almost 2 months. We just couldn't see it because everybody was too busy playing reconciliation fantasy with Cory. And before we wrap, I gotta drop one more layer on this because I think it's connected even if Tia hasn't said it is. On Tia Mowry, My Next Act, Tia admitted that she and her twin sister, Tamera Mowry Housley, aren't as close as they used to be.
I've always wanted the family dynamic of having a mom and a dad in one household. And when you're dropping your kids off, you actually visually see how that is no longer.
Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are right now.
She said it in the context of her divorce, said they had to make a pact to keep their connection strong, and basically told the world there's distance between them now. So while Tia is out here in her hot girl manifestation era kissing art teachers in Studio City, the one person who's known her since the WOM is reportedly not even in her tightest circle anymore. And I think about that and I'm like, who is Tia even running this Javon'e situation by? Who's vetting him for her? Because if it's not Tamera and it's not Cory and it's not her therapist of 5 years, then who? So where are we right now? Tia is publicly, openly, declaratively in love with a 35-year-old art teacher and father of 2. The Shade Room confirmed it. People confirmed it. Paparazzi photos confirmed it. She's not hiding. She's not even being shy about it. Cory is silent, and we have no idea if he's okay or if he's quietly losing his mind. The internet is split between cheering her on and calling it a babysitting service. There's allegedly an ex-girlfriend lurking somewhere with something to say. There's another YouTube channel hinting at a past that quote-unquote stomach can't stomach. And Tia is still posting, still smiling, still telling people she manifested this. Whether this is the love story she's been waiting for for, or the messiest plot twist of her entire 47 years on this planet, we genuinely don't know yet, but we're gonna find out. And we're gonna be here when we do. Drop a comment and tell me, are y'all rooting for Tia and Javon'e, or are y'all team Cory glow up reconciliation? Because the comments under this video about to be a war zone, and I am here for it. See you in the next one.